Good morning, my fellow Earthlings. Yes, we have upgraded to the new KTM 390 Adventure R, which is the rally version. So I've already made a small impression video on this about taking a small ride about 20 to 50 kilometers, both on-road and off-road. So today we are going to be doing a impression on a long ride. So today we are going to be riding around some 200 to 250 kilometers. So right now I'm at Trichy, so mostly we'll be riding on the highways. We're not going anywhere else. Come on guys, let's go into the point of view camera and then we'll take it from there. Alright, we filled up the gas and we're going to start the ride. So this ride is going to be on the highway, guys. I'm not going anywhere else. I just want to have a taste of how it feels like on the highway for sitting on the bike for long hours. So 200 kilometers will take about 2 hours, 2.5 hours on the highway. So I'm going to try it out. The prime reason is to find out how comfortable the bike is, do I need to make any modifications, and to do a first impression about how it feels like to ride a tall bike for a tall rider like me who is 6'2", and give you the review. So it's about 50 kilometers now since my home on the highway. As of now I don't feel any kind of discomfort. I've heard that the KTM seat is sort of very hard and it's not very, soft. So that is starting to feel the hardness of the seat. I can feel it. But as of now, I don't have much issues. But definitely, I need to do something about the seat. This definitely feels much more comfortable than the Dominar 400. My hips are very relaxed. My knees are much more relaxed, although the Footpegs have the rubber thingy on the Footpeg, and I'm thinking if I should remove it. Maybe if I remove it, it will be more comfortable for me. I'll have more room for my knee. Or even if that's not enough after this long ride, maybe I'll lower the Footpegs. I've read online that there are kits available to lower the Footpegs for this particular vehicle. The seating position on the adventure bike is very different for me, guys. This is the first time I'm riding an adventure bike for this long. I've never ridden an adventure bike before. I've always ridden road bikes. The Dominar was a cruiser, it was a road bike. I have not changed anything about the suspension. Both the front and the back are adjustable suspension. The preload can be adjusted, but I have not done anything. This is just stock straight from the showroom. I have not made any modification on the bike. So I'm about 6'2" and I weigh exactly 100 kgs. But I think along with the riding gear, the shoes and helmet, I'll be weighing about 7 to 8 kgs more. So I need to make adjustments if anything is needed. It's about 6:45 PM and it's not too dark, not too bright either. I feel like this light is not enough. I may have to add fog lamps, but let me see. I'll wait for some more time till it darkens more and let's see how this light is. And if I'm not satisfied with this light that comes stock, then I will have to add some more lights. About 100 kilometers per hour, and on the open highway there's a lot of headwinds, but the windshield is doing a good job deflecting the wind. A little bit of wind is coming onto my helmet, but that's manageable. But it's doing a really good job taking all that wind away from my chest, which is very tiring. I was a bit skeptical about the tires because these are not pure on-road tires. This is like 70% off-road and 30% on-road. It looks like a off-road tire, but it is not. It's like a mix. I was very skeptical in the beginning, but now I'm starting to have some confidence on the tires. It does perform decently well on the highway. Sitting on this bike feels very different. It's very tall, so it has a very, very commanding position, unlike any other bike that I've ridden before. I'm very tempted to push the bike to its maximum potential, but it's a pretty new bike and we have not done the first service yet. We have to wait till the engine runs in to push it to its full limit and see how the top speed is. But right now I'm not going to cross more than 6,000 or about 6,500 RPMs, so that the engine runs in. I think when using this tire, you know, the 70% off-road and 30% on-road tire, you have to be much more careful, because now I just face a bit of an emergency braking situation, and believe me guys, the braking distance, the stopping distance is definitely much bigger on these tires than on a road tire. So you have to be careful with that. So if you're getting this bike and if your primary riding area is on the road, on the tarmac, you should switch to a better tires and definitely take off this 70-30 off-road on-road tires. But it's okay, you can still ride this, but you must be very aware that you're using these tires which has a much longer stopping distance. That is the only problem with this tire that I have faced now. I've not been using that much engine braking on the highway, but now when I try to stop using engine braking, the gear lever seems to be very high on this. So I know that it can be adjusted, so that has to be adjusted, you know. This feels natural, and each time, you know, coming up like this, it's sort of uncomfortable. So I need to adjust the lever position to a much more downward position. I need to consult with someone. Otherwise the bike feels great, you know. I didn't have to stop anywhere. I don't feel like stopping anywhere. My butt feels fine. It's about 70 kilometers now. My butt feels completely fine. My knee and hips are, you know, thanking me so much. After riding that Dominar 400 for 20,000 kilometers, this feels very nice, buttery smooth. I mean, this is what I was talking about, guys. You cannot not come across a bad patch of road at least once every 25 to 30 kilometers in India. So I think an adventure bike is the best bike to do touring in India, with this great buttery smooth suspension. That patch of road doesn't feel anything on this motorcycle. But if it was my KTM, if it was my Dominar, I would have felt every little bump on the road and it would have really hurt my back. After doing about 150 kilometers on this guy, believe me, it's a complete game changer for tall guys who are riding motorcycles. I was stuck with the Dominar for so long, wanting to have a really tall motorcycle. But in the market, adventure bikes were not really that much popular before 5 years or even 3 years. But now that it has become very popular, now that I have tried on an adventure bike, I'm never going back to old bikes like a road bike or a sports bike, especially a sports bike, never. So this is awesome, guys. In this 150 kilometers, if I had done this on my Dominar 400, what I could have felt is, the first thing that I would have felt is my neck pain. Because on a crouched in position, like on a sports bike, even though it is a sports cruiser, my body has to bend down and my neck has to stay up. Thanks to this riding position, the rider's triangle and the geometry is just awesome. It's complete game changer. It was heaven for me. The only issue that I'm noticing here is the seat. The seat is pretty hard. But coming from a Dominar, I am quite comfortable on this. But what I read online and see on YouTube is completely different. So for when I'm riding, doing longer tours, I think I'll have to upgrade the seats, or maybe even put a memory foam or a gel or something like that on the seat, so that the seat feels much more comfortable. The seat height is okay, my knee is very relaxed, my hip is very relaxed, but that black thingy that's on the foot peg, I think that has to be taken off. But I think there's going to be a trade-off between comfort and vibrations. You know, even with the rubber thing on, I'm feeling a lot of vibrations on the bike, especially between 4,000 to 5,500 RPMs, but post that it is fine. 200 kilometers ride done, and I'm very happy with the bike. Just before purchasing the bike and even after purchasing the bike, I was still skeptical about the bike's performance and handling and comfort, except for the little bit of vibrations which I can live with, obviously, and a little bit of butt sore. I really love the bike. The only one issue that I think has to be addressed is the tires, because these tires are not made purely for the roads. The stopping distance is bit longer. Otherwise, it's overall great. So subscribe to the channel, guys. We'll come back with new videos. It's hot summer here, otherwise I would have done a lot of rides by now. So wait till the end of May, and after that maybe we'll do twisties.